Aries Girl Podcast. Hello Zodiacs. Once again, Love and Marriage Huntsville is giving more reality off the screen than during the actual episodes. If you haven't seen the recent lives by Ken, Marquez, Nell Fletcher, Destiny Peyton, and Melody Shere, then you must have been taking a break from the internet. First off, we've got the Destiny Peyton attempting to rewrite history and current events by comparing Tulsa, Oklahoma's Black Wall Street of the 1920s to Black Cigar Lounge of the 2020s. Just listen to her in her own words.
Oklahoma and what happened to Black Wall Street, like those are all black businesses that got literally bombed. Like I could cry talking about it. Bombed by people that did not want them to be there, did not want to support them.
Let's pause here. The Tulsa massacre and subsequent damage that ensued on Black Wall Street was due to a race war, while the damage caused at Black Cigar Lounge was self-induced and self-inflicted. No one set off incendiary devices at Black Cigar Lounge. Nothing was bombed, so this is a major false equivalency.
We are black business owners. We are literally living our ancestors' dreams.
To be fair, aren't the businesses that surround Black Cigar Lounge also black-owned businesses? Shouldn't they also be allowed the right to live out the dreams of their ancestors without interference from the Scots?
And y'all make fun of people having to close down their business. Y'all make fun of them having to do, their due diligence and fight harder than any other business in the city.
Due diligence should have happened before they opened Black Cigar Lounge, not afterwards. The neighboring church and surrounding businesses are not responsible for the mistakes made by the Scots after buying the uptown location and constantly trying to change the designation of the establishment. It is my understanding that first the Scots filled out paperwork saying that they were opening a cigar lounge, then they wanted it to be a restaurant/bar, and now it seems as if they are trying to turn it into a nightclub. The onus is on them and they need to stop blaming others for all of their business issues. Nor is it anyone else's fault other than the owners of Black Cigar Lounge, who failed to secure their grease trap, which is the reason why Black Cigar Lounge was recently shut down. However, during this same live, Destiny claimed that she was rebranding her Big D energy spray with a new name, which I believe will be Rich Girl. Now, I must give credit where credit is due. I think that it is excellent that Destiny is changing the name, because no woman in my circle wants to smell like anything associated with a big D. I wish Destiny much success with the name change and subsequent sales.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Someone made Huntsville's own Incredible Chocolate Hulk, aka Ken Bruce Banner, angry, and he went live to let off some steam. Lord, I don't know if Ken was hulking out and on some Hulk smash type-ish, or if he was having some sort of roid rage on his Facebook Live, but Ken never should disparage the father of Trisha's children on Love and Marriage Huntsville, the internet, or anywhere within earshot of Marquez's kids. In fact, nor should Trisha or Marquez say anything disparaging about the other person, in my opinion. No matter how old Trisha's and Marquez's kids are, they are going to remember what one parent said about the other, and it could actually make their children resentful. This has to stop. Not to mention that Ken needs to understand a few things. A lot of people look at him sideways because he is playing house with a married woman in front of her children, and he is being disrespectful to the father of those children. I didn't sign up to watch Love and Marriage Huntsville to see full-fledged and blatant adultery. First of all, most, if not all states classify adultery as having an intimate encounter while you are still legally married. That means that if the intimate encounter occurs during a separation, then it is still considered adultery. Perhaps I need to say that louder for the people in the back. And in Alabama, adultery is actually a criminal offense. Yes, you heard that right. It's criminal in Alabama to commit adultery, and adultery is even punishable with a fine of up to $3,000 or up to 6 months in jail. Granted, I don't believe that many people are prosecuted for adultery there. But maybe they should be. This is why I have always stressed that being separated from your spouse does not mean that you are divorced, and I always stress that people should wait until the ink is dry on their divorce decree before they even consider dating someone else. Any divorce attorney worth their salt will advise you to do the same. Let's listen to some clips from Ken's live.
She ain't got to worry about walking through the house, finding paraphernalia. The kids looking, find the paraphernalia. She ain't got to worry about none of that, Brody.
Is Ken accusing Marquez of being some type of junkie? If so, I hope that Marquez's kids aren't hearing this for the first time from Ken.
Miss Rollins, yes, they're divorced. Yes, the divorce is final.
Oh, they are divorced now? Really, Ken? Is that so?
I don't really like getting angry. I love to be happy. I done been through enough shit in my life. I served 8 years in the damn military.
Thanks for your service. But, just like in the state of Alabama, adultery in the military is also a crime. Even if the service member isn't married, Ken might want to brush up on Article 134 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice and be thankful that he's no longer active duty. UCMJ Article 134 applies to all members of the U.S. Armed Forces, and it criminalizes sexual conduct with someone other than a spouse, including relations between a single service member and a married person. Since Ken has admitted to adultery, he could be court-martialed if he was still in the service.
How did I get her the wrong way? They had been separated. And there's another thing that you motherfucking angry ass broads are getting on here capping about. A lot of y'all have been married, and a lot of y'all have moved on before y'all divorces were final.
People with class and couth don't move like this, Ken, but obviously, you and Trisha do. Towards the end of this live, Ken claimed that he was going back into his 4,000 square foot house. Well, I've got news for Ken. That is actually Marquez's and Trisha's marital home, regardless of whether it was rented or purchased. If that house was purchased by Trish and Marquez, I can guarantee you that Ken's name isn't on the deed. So, it is not Ken's house, no matter how you slice it. If the house was rented by Marquez and Trisha, I can bet you that Ken's name is not on the original rental agreement, and if the landlord wanted to get technical, they could actually take steps to evict everybody out of the property. Or, they could have Ken kicked out of the property because Ken would be considered as an unauthorized occupant if this rental agreement is still in place. Also, many states, including Alabama, really disfavor adultery that occurs in the marital home. Ken, despite the rumors and rumblings that Marquez has a couple of outside children, Marquez didn't commit adultery in the marital home from what I can see, so Trisha has given Marquez the upper hand, and Ken has confirmed it for all to see right here on the internet. Ken also claimed that he and Trisha were planning on building a home together. Here's some free advice for Ken. If Trisha's and Marquez's marital home was actually purchased, and she wants to sell it, she will need Marquez's approval for the sale if both of their names are on the deed. So, if Marquez blocks the sale, I hope they can afford 2 mortgage payments until Marquez changes his mind. For Ken's sake, hopefully Trisha and Marquez were actually renting. So, Ken might want to stay off the internet because all he is doing is snitching on Trisha and himself while exposing all of their wrongdoings. Plus, he's doing nothing but giving Marquez everything he needs in order to get everything he wants out of Trisha in the divorce. Because, according to Marquez, the divorce isn't final.
I wasn't gonna address anything that's going on, but, I feel like people speaking on my kid's name, speaking specifically. So I want to clear some things. I want to talk about some stuff.
Ken was definitely speaking on Marquez's children on the internet.
When I decided to leave the marital home, this was when I decided I didn't want to be married to Trish anymore, this was during COVID. This was after her sister passed away towards October. So I decided to move upstairs. Moved upstairs for about 9 months, right? Try to keep everything cool, figure it out. No one that knows me, no one can ever say that I'm a deadbeat father and that I was a bad husband. Nobody. People kid is over here calling me a deadbeat, but Trish ain't said one word about me being a deadbeat. She said I wasn't there for her because we had different issues, but she ain't never once called me a deadbeat because she know I'm not. The situation is, you got a man that wants to be famous and he's taking advantage of my friend and he's using my kids as pawns, right? He wants to be famous because there's a connection to this TV show, right? This is real life. Right? This is real life. I came onto it and they upset because the storyline didn't go how they thought. So boom, but people don't understand. I've been dealing with this Ken and Trish situation since 2017. When they decided they wanted to start, she started going to the gym. She started talking to dude. They had admiration for each other. I didn't know nothing about it. I wanted to work out with her, and she felt like it was competition, so we didn't work out. Cool, no problem. About the fact that the first time we ever met, you pulled a gun on me, bro.
There's no way that I wouldn't have pressed charges if I was Marquez, but it makes one wonder why someone with Ken's physique would need a piece of steel to defend himself against someone of Marquez's stature.
Trisha ain't never wore no lace fronts, bro. She ain't never wore no wigs, bro. She ain't never had to do all of that. I'm working on the brand. Y'all got on TV and y'all ain't even got no product line.
We learned so much from this live. Most importantly, we learned that the divorce between Trisha and Marquez is not actually final like Ken claimed, and that Trisha and Marquez are soon going to court. This tells me that Marquez is trying to get the upper hand in the outcome of this divorce.
My son, he don't know what the fuck is going on. I talked to him today and he's like, Dad, what is going on? And you living in that house and that's cool and that's fine for right now. We got court hearings coming up, bro.
Hopefully, Trisha will pull Ken to the side and let him know that he shouldn't be disparaging the father of her children point blank period. But I seriously doubt that, because she actually posted the following message, letting any and everyone know that she was ready to get buck for her man, after Ken entered her son and daughter into the group chat on the internet. That message she posted had her ready to become a content creator herself so that she could pop off on other content creators who have an unfavorable opinion of her, and it also gave a violent She-Hulk tease to match Ken's. To be honest, Trisha's reunion look needed help in my opinion. Her makeup was gorgeous to me. It was very natural looking and really softened her face. I'm going to leave the outfit and shoes alone, because Trisha has already been dragged on the internet. However, that shade of blonde wig that she wore did not complement her skin tone at all. I said what I said. If Trisha has a stylist, she should fire them, and if she doesn't have a stylist, she should definitely hire one. Speaking of wigs, how good does Nell Fletcher look without a wig in her live? I'm loving Nell's natural hair texture and shade. She looks much younger without her larger-than-life wigs and excessive makeup. Nell should just wear her natural hair, in my opinion, because it really suits her. However, what did not suit Nell was what she said in her live. Just listen to this snippet.
Oh, someone said no. She was saying I look uncomfortable with coleslaw. I was caught off guard, to be honest. I was actually speaking to some other people, laughing and talking, because there was other people trying to take a picture with me. And they were saying, Miss Nell, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And Martell comes out of nowhere and does what he does. And I turn around and I was still in the moment. Yes. So if that's looking uncomfortable, hell, I didn't even know I looked uncomfortable in that moment. I just know that they can tell how sharp you are. Yeah, I just know that's what happened. That's what happened, and that's my truth. I have no lie to tell. Like I said, ain't a damn thing shady about me. I'm not messy. You gonna know how I feel. Eventually, like I said, sometimes I will go silent. Sometimes I will shut down and I won't say anything. But in this aspect, I felt like, okay, I need to speak up. I need to say something. And for me, the best way to do that was to go live. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to go live because this is gone too far. Too far. It's very misleading. It was very annoying. It hurt me. It actually hurt me.
First of all, even if Nell never met Ariane, surely she knows what her fellow side chick looks like. Yes, Nell, you were Chris's side chick because the both of you were having relations before the ink was dry on his divorce. So, Nell saying that she doesn't know Ariane sounds like a technicality. Nice attempt on trying to finesse your words there, Nell, but I wasn't buying what you were attempting to sell. Secondly, Martell probably did set Nell up for a photo op, but shouldn't Nell know how Martell moves by now? Martell's movements are always so suspect, so why would this particular photo op attempt surprise Nell? Nell's entire live screamed fake outrage and clean up on aisle number 7 to me. But thanks to Nell for accidentally spilling the beans that filming for the next season will begin after the first of the year. And with this cast photo, I guess we will be subjected to more Ken and Trisha. But why are Ken and Trisha on the show other than for mess? What is their business? What is their black excellence contribution? Nell and Chris should be on this cast photo in place of Ken and Trisha if you asked me. The Fletchers actually have their own businesses. All that the viewers of the show were given with Trisha and Ken was a married woman moving her male concubine into her marital home and subjecting her children to him. Why does Carlos King feel the need to downplay adultery and side pieces? I'm sick of infidelity, DV, and criminal arrests being sugar-coated as the norm. There was no value added to love and marriage Huntsville with Trisha and Ken, unless you value mess. But if you value success over mess, check out this video with Melody Shere.
So for those of you who have been a part of the District 7th Avenue family for some time, you know that I grew up on 7th Avenue, hence why we call it 7th Avenue Beauty, because that's where I learned the importance of skincare, healthcare, and hair care, right? Body care as well. So just so happen, y'all, my mom is in town. She came in town to help this week because she knew I'd be crazy packing. But what she doesn't know, while she came to bless me, I have a blessing for her. So let's call her down, all right? Y'all ready? Hey, mama. Hopefully she don't get mad at me. Hey, mama, come here for a quick second. Because she don't know she about to be on camera. Hey, mama. Hey, come here for a quick second. So listen. So I want you to come over here for a second. I know, don't get mad at me for bringing you down. I know you ain't camera ready, trying to be on camera right now, but you still look good because you 7th Avenue. Okay. So listen, I'm a firm believer, right, that when it comes to where you're going, you can't forget where you've been. And at the end of the day, my mother has been pivotal in me being where I am today and really even being the person that I am today. So, like I said, she came in town to be a blessing for me this week to help me, not have to worry about certain things while I get all these orders out. But what she didn't know is that I had a blessing for her as well. So, mama, I got some stacks for you. 2, 4, 6. All right. So I want to say I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for everything that that you do, and don't be crying. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for continuing to love and support me and keep me covered in prayer and just really being solid, just solid always. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Love you too.
Oh my God.
7th Avenue. 7th Avenue. Hey, 7th Avenue. 7th Avenue. 7th Avenue. I got mine on. 7th Avenue.
I just had to put a positive spin on things and finish on a high note because these other cast members weren't so positive on their videos and posts. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the Aries Girl podcast to catch my reviews and shorts on Love and Marriage Huntsville episodes and cast members. And I will see you on the next video. Until then, take care.